Today I'm going to be demonstrating inking and printing a relief print. In this case it's going to be a linoleum block. And if this is your first print, what you want to do before you get started is make sure that you get any kinds of crumbs left over from carving the block out of the block using just an old toothbrush over a trash can. And brush out all of those crumbs. Otherwise, they can get entrapped in your ink and can hinder inking and rolling up your block. Today I'm going to be using a oil-based relief ink in black to roll up with, and I'm going to put out approximately a quarter size amount as my plate is not that large, 6 by 6 inches. And I've also selected a brayer to roll out that ink with. So first I'm going to warm up the ink with an ink knife here just to mix up the pigments and the oils and binders so that they're evenly distributed. I'm going to take some of that ink, not all of it, and spread out an area just about the same length as the brayer. Then I'm going to continue to roll out that ink. I'm going to pick up my brayer each time I roll in order to distribute the ink more quickly across the ink slab here. I've distributed the ink so that it's an even amount within the square that the brayer is rolling on. And I'm looking for a certain consistency to the ink, quite like black velvet. If you have too much ink, you will have sort of peaks of ink that are too high and it will sound too tacky. If you don't have enough ink, the ink will appear flat. So this is the consistency that you're looking for. And you can turn your brayer different directions. This is known as charging the brayer with the ink, and now I'll roll it on the surface of the linoleum. And I'll go in different directions, paying careful attention to inking the edge of the linoleum plate and the corners. The middle will take care of itself. If I have the right amount of ink on my ink slab, there is not the possibility of over-inking the plate. I can continue back and forth with this process and never over-ink the plate. So what I'm looking for is the same consistency of ink on the slab as I have on my plate. The only way to over-ink a plate is to have too much ink on the slab to begin with. And so your plate should look roughly like then your ink slab when it is fully inked. I'm going to select a felt and set the pressure of the press so that it's right for relief printing. The felt that I chose to work with today is a rubber felt, and there's a variety of different kinds of felts that you might use. The pressure of the press is very important to set for each individual kind of printmaking. As indicated by the chart behind me, I'm setting the press today at 11. And the press is set on both ends by turning this knob up here, and it sets the pressure of the roller. The pressure of the press must be set without the blanket under the roller, as this will affect the pressure. Once the pressure is set, I'm going to guide the felt in under the roller, being careful of my fingers. Once the felt is underneath the roller, I'm going to pull it back and then guide my template on a piece of newsprint and align my plate on my template. Today I'm using a printmaking paper. In this case, this is an Arches hot press. The Reeves BFK will also be adequate for this process. And you want to take as many proofs as needed before your ink is just right, before you switch to the good printmaking paper. So I'm going to line my paper up, drop it down on the ink plate. Then I'm going to put my hand on the block just so that the ink can touch the paper and won't be shifting around. I'm going to cover that with another sheet of newsprint. Put my hand on top of the plate once again to lower the felt. Switch hands. Make sure there are no wrinkles. And now I'm ready to send the plate through the press. You'll feel slight tension as the plate goes underneath the roller. There it goes. Do not stop when you're rolling across the plate. Be sure and send the plate all the way through. Okay. Pull back the felt.